Excuse me?
Can't you see we're busy, lady?
I am a morality officer, and you are breaking the law. High Park closed to all at nightfall. Carousing in the park after sundown. Improper conduct in public in the length of that skirt. Oh, for Pete's sake. Who's there? Help! Someone, please!
Miss Berger, are you all right?
Does it look like I'm all right?
No, not really.
What on earth has happened?
I was attacked.
By whom?
Not by whom, by what?
What?
I wasn't attacked by a man. I was attacked by a beast.
Start at the beginning. This happened while you were on patrol?
It was the end of my shift. I was on the street outside High Park when I felt a presence behind me. I turned and saw it was enormous. Eyes wild and drooling like I was its dinner. I ran, but the beast pushed me down.
How did you manage to escape?
I hit and kicked with all my might.
I think you met the rabid coyote Miss Cherry has been writing about.
Rabid? Does that mean... Do I have rabies?
That is highly unlikely. Unless, of course, you were bitten.
I don't think I was.
Well, you're not afraid of water, so that's a good sign.
Why would I be afraid of water?
Hydrophobia is a symptom of the disease. More specifically, the fear of the pain of swallowing.
That does hurt.
You were likely screaming a great deal during the attack. Besides, it's much too soon for hydrophobia to set in. It's a symptom that occurs much later in the disease. But I will take you to the hospital just to be certain. Perhaps they can take a look at that scratch on your cheek as well.
So, I could still have rabies.
Miss Berger wasn't bitten, but the doctor vaccinated her just to be safe.
Well, that's a relief. But since when did coyotes start attacking people?
I've been warning about the inevitability of it for weeks.
Dog bites man. That's right up your alley.
According to Constable Roberts, Miss Cherry here has been covering the rabid coyote situation for the Sentinel.
And still, it took one of your own being affected for you to care.
A nuisance animal is not the constabulary's responsibility.
Nor is it the responsibility of any city agency, apparently. But people are terrified of the beast.
I thought it had just been stalking small dogs.
Stalking is just the beginning. I've had numerous reports of it attacking dogs. A woman's terrier was killed the other day.
I see. Well, thank you, Miss Cherry.
Can I tell my readers that the constabulary is on the case?
No, you cannot. Now, if you don't mind, good day, Miss Cherry. So what's the plan, Murdoch?
I thought I would start by calling the Humane Society.
The do-gooders worrying about coats and drinking fountains for horses will be no use. Get yourself down to High Park. Talk to anyone but Miss Cherry. See what you can find out.
Here are Mrs. Newsom.
Oh,
I think you and your husband will be very happy in your new home.
Oh, he's not...
The door. Someone, quickly now, open the door.
Yes.
Open the... Yeah, there you are.
Apartment 402, just up the stairs.
4. No one told me there'd be stairs.
Serum, salves, drafts, and devices. Crosby's Curative Creations has it all, and always for a steal. And special today, Coyote repellent made fresh this morning. Guaranteed to protect one and all from the beast of High Park.
Just what exactly is this coyote repellent comprised of?
Well, it's a proprietary recipe, I'm afraid, but I assure you will not be disappointed, sir.
It's wolf urine.
I beg your pardon?
Unappealing though it may be, an apex predator's scent is the only thing guaranteed to repel a coyote.
Huh. Seems like sound science.
Yes. Not all traveling medicine shows are selling snake oil.
Ah, where was I?
You're still depressed about the divorce.
I am not depressed about anything.
Why else would you want to live near the park at a time like this?
At a time like what?
Do you read my papers?
I do. I often do. I've just been very busy with the move.
Well, you might want to get caught up. Learn something about protecting yourself against the beast.
The what?
Here's a copy of the Sentinel. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
You ask me, most trouble between humans and animals is on the biped, not the quadruped.
You blame humans for the actions of a rabid coyote?
Well, rabbit or not, coyotes and other creatures are being forced into contact with mankind.
How do you figure, Mr. Stanton?
Well, this building boom is how. More homes for humans means fewer homes for animals. City's creeping in, slow but sure. You seen the pool they're building out at the north end? Biggest in Canada, they say. Now, if you ask me, animals... Well,
Was that a gunshot?
sounds like we both know no animals out here shooting a gun.
You could have killed me. I thought I was saving your life.
Toronto Constabulary, what is going on here?
This maniac shot at me. I shot at the coyote that's been terrorizing people. That was my employer's German Shepherd. The gunfire scared him off.
Were either you or the dog injured?
This boar missed by a mile. But if I don't find Klaus, he may as well shoot me.
Stick around, I'll be happy to oblige.
Sir, is that a threat?
Call it what you want. I'm not leaving this park until I take the beast down.
Suit yourself. You're coming with me.
Klaus?
It's only a matter of time before someone is killed either by the beast or by some idiot who's trying to kill it himself. This has to end.
All right, the Chief Constable and myself have formulated a plan. We've divided the park into 16 equal segments, 2 men per segment. The first step is to clear everyone out of the park.
Let's leave no stone unturned, lads. Search every path, look under every bush, search up every tree.
We're certain that everyone is out. We re-enter the park at dusk, 2 men per segment. We find and eliminate the coyote. Any questions?
Well, in that case, what are you waiting for? Let's get cracking. Chop, chop.
Thank you, folks.
What's going on here?
That's a police matter.
Has the beast finally claimed a human life?
Thankfully, no, and we aim to ensure it never does.
I hope you're not going to kill it.
If it's the only way to restore public safety.
Shame. That thing's been good for business.
I beg your pardon?
My competitors are just afraid to invest in land near the park right now.
Ah, you're a developer.
Bartholomew Prescott, Prescott Properties, and the owner of 2 prime lots on Parkside Avenue. Got them for a steal.
Perhaps you should try to not be so glib, Mr. Prescott. This is a serious situation. The beast has attacked one of my colleagues.
And that is awful. But I won't apologize for building more apartments before City Hall passes its terrible bylaw prohibiting them. Good day, Detective.
Evacuation is complete. Ready on your words.
All right. know what happened to Klaus.
Sir?
It's not important. You have a shot?
I can, if I just... It's not well.
No. Excess salivation, poor coordination. I think we've found our rabid coyote. It's for the best.
I just saw this morning's Sentinel. Is it true? Did you kill the beast?
Poor thing wasn't very beastly, but yes, I did.
Thank you, Constable Roberts. And thank you, Detective Murdoch, for making the park safe again.
Well, I'm afraid we may not have done so just yet, Miss Berger. Constable Roberts, with me, please.
Yes, sir. So much for ridding the city of the beast.
Ah, Mrs. Crabtree, Miss Newsom. How are you settling into the new apartment?
Better this morning. Louise had me worried yesterday with all that talk of the beast of High Park.
You're living near the park?
Just across the street. I'll have a housewarming once I've unpacked.
You might want to hold off on that.
Louise, what are you doing here?
I'm here to get a comment from the chief constable about the woman mauled to death in the park.
I thought the rabid coyote had been killed.
It has been.
So it was another coyote that killed this woman.
I'm not saying that.
Then what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything other than I don't want you telling your readers about this.
Why would I do that? The public deserves to know.
You could be inciting a panic for no good reason. For all we know, the poor woman was killed by the coyote that Robert shot.
You'll give me an exclusive when you're ready to share the news.
Louise, that's blackmail.
Nonsense. It's tit for tat and the world runs on it. So?
If you were to whisper anything about this before my say-so...
Consider my lips sealed and my pen capped.
Oh, Miss Cherry, I dream about that regularly.
Oh, perfect timing. Miss Hart was about to deliver her report.
I hope it's good news.
Depends on your perspective. The victim wasn't killed by a coyote or any other animal.
What about the torn flesh and scratches?
Might have been made by a coyote, but it wasn't inflicted until after she was dead.
How do you know that for certain?
They didn't bruise or bleed.
If a coyote isn't responsible for this young woman's death, then what is?
Her carotid artery was slashed.
And very cleanly so. This laceration was made by a knife.
So then it was murder?
I have no doubt about it. She was killed sometime late last night.
Right. Thank you, Miss Hart.
I thought the park had been evacuated.
I let the constables go after the rabid coyote was found.
So sometime after, the young woman went back into the park and met a killer?
Unfortunately, yes.
Have you identified her?
No, Henry's gone around visiting local dentists in the hopes of doing so now.
So she's so far gone to necessitate using dental records?
No, sir, but she did wear a retainer.
A what?
It's a dental apparatus for aligning teeth. If we can find the dentist who made it, then it will be that much easier to identify her.
What about the bites?
What about them?
Well, the time of death means that they weren't inflicted by a rabid coyote.
Perhaps there are other coyotes in the park?
Well, even though the rabid coyote was killed, the public is still primed to be terrified of them thanks to Miss Bloody Cherry.
You're worried the remaining creatures will be targeted?
I know they will. And the last thing we need is an idiot running around the park shooting off a rifle.
Right. What do you suggest?
Well, that the rest of the coyotes are put down. Officially.
I won't do it. I won't take a life, any life, unnecessarily.
This is a matter of public safety.
I disagree. The remaining coyotes in the park have done nothing to indicate they're a danger.
That's not the point.
Sir, there may be another way.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't fire you on the spot for insolence.
He's the best marksman we have at this station house for a start. And he's the only constable that I would trust with this at the moment.
What is it?
It's a non-lethal sedation device that I've been working on.
Now, you're missing the point, Murdoch. Lethal is the point.
Well, it doesn't have to be. This fires darts that are loaded with a powerful tranquilizer that will render the targets unconscious.
But not dead?
Not dead, exactly. If this works, as I intend, we can sedate the remaining coyotes so that they can be moved out, at least until all the panic dies down.
Let me have a look at this.
Oh, careful. That's...
I know how to handle weapons, so...
Sir, it's...
Henry. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Sir, I don't feel so good.
That's got a bloody hair trigger, that.
Oh.
Higgins. Higgins? Wake up.
I'm afraid it's not that simple, sir.
How long does this sedation thing last?
Well, it depends on the target's body weight. In this case, I would estimate 3 to 4 hours.
Bloody hell. 3 to 4 hours? Let's get him in Troy's office. Put him on the sofa.
Very good idea. Have one of the constables help you.
Where are you going?
To identify our victim.
Roberts! Oh!
Is everything all right, Miss Berger?
I've been cleared to work.
So you don't have rabies?
Not yet.
What do you mean?
What if I'm attacked again?
You've read this morning's Sentinel. You don't have to worry about rabid coyotes anymore.
Who knows how many more of those beasts are in there?
Have you seen any before the other night?
No, but...
Right, because coyotes like to keep their distance. As long as that's true, you have nothing to be afraid of.
If that's true, then why are you still carrying around a gun?
But actually, it's a non-lethal sedation device.
It's a mouthful. But still, it's a weapon.
Would you feel better if we patrolled together?
You would. Thank you, Constable Roberts.
Of course.
I told her. She didn't even need the thing. Her teeth were perfect. But you know how young women can be.
How long had Adriana Fodor been your patient, Dr. Laboda?
She wasn't simply my patient. She was my protege in the dental arts.
And you worked together?
The last 3 years, yes. Can't believe that. She's gone. And killed by a damn coyote.
Was it unusual for Miss Fodor to be in the park?
No, not at all. The poor girl moved house just to get closer to the place. She took walks there most every day.
Even though she knew there was a rabid coyote about?
Well, she said that her friend, Willie, told her there's no need to be concerned.
Willie? You mean Mr. Stanton, the groundskeeper?
Couldn't say. I never met the man. Thank goodness.
Why do you say that?
Because if I had, I would have choice words for him now. Oh, that animal with... Excuse me, detective.
What on earth? What are you doing?
I guess the same thing, walking into a stranger's home.
This isn't your home, it's mine.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I've already paid deposit and first month's rent on this unit.
No, as did I. I have a receipt to prove it.
As do I.
Well, we can't very well both live here.
Indeed so, which is why I put your things out in the hall.
We're so lucky to have a forest in the middle of the city.
I'd have said the same thing 2 days ago. High Park used to be a kind of sanctuary for me.
It will be again.
You don't think it will be? That's my own fault.
How so?
Promise you won't tell Detective Murdoch or anyone else?
I promise.
I wasn't attacked near the park. I was attacked in the park.
All right.
Don't you see? I was breaking the law. The park is off limits after dark, but it had been such a long day and I couldn't resist and...
That doesn't make what happened your fault.
Of course it does. If I had just followed the rules, none of this would have happened. What is it? Do you hear something?
Just listen.
The Cardinal.
What was that you were saying about a sanctuary?
What are you two up to?
Patrolling, same as usual.
You don't have to lie to me, Constable. I know about the dead woman.
Is that right?
Yes. So you might as well tell me what exactly is going on here. And why you have that gun.
Actually, it's a non-lethal sedation device.
That doesn't answer my question.
Miss Cherry, I don't know what to tell you. All we're doing is...
Aren't you going to ask me about my attack, Miss Cherry?
Well, I have been curious.
It was simply awful. Let me tell you, Miss Cherry, the way that I feared for my life was unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Do you think it could be the murder weapon?
Certainly sharp enough to have killed Miss Fodor. And you say it was just laying in the grass?
Yes, on the ground, not too far from the groundkeeper's cabin.
Mr. Stanton.
Sir?
He's the groundskeeper. And apparently Miss Fodor was quite friendly with him. Come to think of it, he was whittling with a knife about this size when I spoke with him the other day.
So he's likely the killer?
It's one way to find out.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Newsom.
Miss Newsom.
Yes, of course. It's my brains. Hard to keep things in there sometimes.
Now, how is it that two tenants came to rent the same apartment?
What? No, that's not what's happening. No. It's my mistake, I assure you. Yes. Here you are. Newsom. Apartment 204. I gave you the wrong key yesterday.
Well, that's quite a big mistake.
Yes, I have a form of the numbers blindness. I swap things in my mind sometimes. Here is the correct key. You can, of course, move in immediately.
Toronto Constabulary. You're in here, Mr. Stanton. Show yourself.
Sir. I found something.
The bites and scratches were made post-mortem. Cause of death was a severed carotid artery, just like the first victim.
Time of death?
Given the rigor and body temperature, I'd say right around the same time Miss Fodor was killed.
Yes, Miss Fodor's body was discovered just a few hundred meters from here.
You think the groundskeeper killed her and then himself?
I don't believe so, no.
So who did? And how did they get their hands on Mrs. Stanton's knife?
Both excellent questions. But I'm more interested in this. Do my eyes deceive me, Miss Hart, or is this shape of bite mark unusual for a coyote?
It's more than unusual, Detective. It's impossible. Unless
it was made by a human.
I don't know why I keep expecting Miss Cherry to keep a word. Have a look at that.
Yes. At least she hasn't learned the identities of the victims. or that there's a murderer on the loose.
Is a murderous coyote any better?
Well, sir, it does provide us cover to investigate without alerting the killer.
But what good is that if we have no idea who the killer is?
I believe I have made some headway in that direction, or at least I've found a way to find the killer.
What do a set of dentures have to do with all this?
Miss Hart has confirmed that the bite marks on Miss Fodor's body were indeed human, but the teeth marks themselves were not human.
Go on.
These belonged to our second victim, Willie Stanton. They are made of filed down coyote teeth.
So you think the killer used these to make it look like a coyote killed the poor sod?
Not quite. I believe he had a similar set made, but then did not file down the coyote teeth. So actually, yes.
Didn't you say that the first victim had a connection to a dentist?
I certainly did. You make dentures, do you not, Dr. Laboda?
I do. Why?
Did you make this set?
Certainly not.
How can you be sure?
For starters, the craftsmanship, it's very amateurish. And I wouldn't even know where to source animal teeth.
You use alternate materials?
Porcelain, like most professionals.
Doctor, please tell me more about your relationship with Adriana Fodor.
She was a fine student and a nice girl.
Did you have feelings for her?
Why are you asking me about this?
Humor me.
Had I hoped that one day we might? Yes. But she made it perfectly clear that she was only interested in me as a teacher.
And how did that make you feel?
Detective, I've had quite enough of this. I insist you tell me what is going on.
Adriana Fodor was murdered, as was Willie Stanton, the groundskeeper.
What about the coyote?
Their deaths were made to look like animal attacks, using a set of dentures not unlike these.
No, you don't think that. Detective, it wasn't me. I did not kill Adriana, nor anyone else for that matter.
No?
No! But if someone did, my money would be on Bartholomew Prescott.
The developer?
Yeah, they were an item. Don't ask me why. I mean, he treated her awfully.
When did you last see the two of them together?
Well, he picked her up from work the day that she died.
Miss Berger.
Constable Roberts.
I was hoping to run into you. I wanted to thank you for your help distracting Miss Seria.
I could tell you didn't want her to see whatever you found. I hope it's helped with the case.
Yes and no, but Detective Murdoch will get to the bottom of things. Shall we patrol together again?
I've been reassigned to the ward.
You don't seem happy about that.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm grateful for the job.
I didn't say you weren't.
It's just the ward can be so overwhelming. The whole city, really. Being assigned to the park was a nice respite from that.
Even with the coyotes.
Having a friend with a non-lethal sedation device helps.
If the city is so overwhelming, why become a morality officer?
To help make it less so for others.
Yes, I met Adrienne after work Tuesday. What of it?
You may well be the last person to have seen her alive.
What do you... Adrienne is dead? The woman killed by that coyote was her? I've been telling her to stay away from the park for weeks.
Until what time were you with Miss Fodor on Tuesday?
Just long enough for her to tell me she didn't want to see me anymore.
No. She ended things.
Said she needed to focus on her studies. Obviously, she didn't feel she needed to give up her precious walks with that wild man Stanton.
And where did you go after the two of you parted ways?
I went back to my office to review designs for my next building.
Can anyone corroborate this?
No. Why are you asking this?
Mr. Prescott, you told me that this rabid coyote had been good for business.
Very.
And just how far would you be willing to go to keep business booming?
However far I need it, I suppose. What's going on here?
You're under arrest on the suspicion of the murders of Adriana Fodor and Willie Stanton.
Excuse me, sir. We're just finishing up. Another 5 minutes. Oh, no, I'm not ticketing you. Then what do you want? Some help, actually. There are some crates very important to the constabulary that need moving.
I ain't doing any free work today, Copper. I already done double than what I expected.
You and me both. My friend, I mean the constabulary. We're given the keys to the wrong apartment.
Well, that's nothing. Our client just found out his apartment had been rented by someone else. Now we gotta cart everything down 3 floors and back out again.
3 floors is a lot. I only have to go up and down 1 flight. Well, have a good day.
Constable Roberts, how goes the morning's patrol?
Uneventful. I haven't caught a glimpse of the coyote. And your interview with Loboda?
Fruitful. I've arrested Adriana Fodor's former beau, Bartholomew Prescott, on suspicion of murder.
So the case is closed?
Not quite. Although Mr. Prescott does have strong motive, I don't think he would stoop to wearing coyote teeth and wandering around.
Did you say coyote teeth? And murder?
Have you been following me?
A journalist does what she has to do to get the scoop. And this is the scoop of the year. No, the decade.
Miss Cherry, if you print a word of this, I will have you arrested.
If you do that, then I'll never tell you what I know about Adriana Fodor's final movements.
You saw her on the day she died, and you didn't disclose that?
Well, I didn't know the relevance. But now that I know she's been murdered...
Tell us what you know.
Or what, you'll throw me in jail? Fine. She was with Parker Crosby.
That man selling coyote repellent outside the park.
Yes. And it seemed rather heated, if you ask me.
Oh, detective. Nice to see you again. How can I help you?
Well, you can start by telling me what you and Adriana Fodor argued about 2 nights ago.
Oh, I wouldn't call it an argument, or more of a discussion.
Tell me, do your curative creations extend to dentistry, Mr. Crosby?
Well, sometimes. Why do you ask?
Let's have a look inside this wagon.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary, Detective. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
Keys, please.
You see, the thing is, Detective, Oh, my tailbone.
I'm sure you've a salve that can take care of any bruising. Apple juice? Is this why you wouldn't let me into the back of the wagon?
I thought you were going to arrest me for selling a false product. I swear I was only swapping it out until my next batch of wolf urine arrived next week.
Do you make dentures or not?
Not. But I need a set. That's what Miss Fodor and I were talking about the other day.
You're a patient of Dr. Loboda's?
I couldn't afford the sort he made. But Miss Fodor found me here after my appointment and said she'd help.
Help how?
Said she'd been learning how to make them herself. She made a set for a friend using coyote teeth and offered to do the same for me.
Where is that set now?
I have no idea. That's why I was upset. I was supposed to go to her apartment for my final fitting last Tuesday night. And she canceled last minute.
What happened?
All she said was there was trouble at her new apartment.
I'll be needing that address. Miss Newsom?
Hello. Are you here to help Henry?
Help Henry?
Oh, sir. I could very much use your help.
I was told that this apartment belonged to Adriana Fodor, the young lady that was killed in High Park.
I think you're mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around, sir. You got lucky only having to move floors.
Well, is this not the apartment that you initially...
No, there was a mix-up of keys.
At least you got to stay in the building. Some poor sap lost out on his apartment entirely.
Yes, it's terrible.
It is. And it could explain the situation that Miss Fodor was in. I'd like to speak with the superintendent.
I'll join you.
I'll just, get more crates.
No?
Well, shall we wait?
And while we do... Adriana Fodor. These must be her things. I don't see the dentures that she was working on with Mr. Crosby.
I am several steps behind here. Could you please bring me up to speed?
Can I help you?
Detective William Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary. I'm investigating the death of Adriana Fodor.
Yes.
I believe these are her things?
They are. I've begun cleaning out her apartment. Poor thing. Mauled to death by coyotes.
What apartment did she reside in?
204.
But that's my apartment.
I gave you a room with a view. Your deposit was for a unit facing away from the park.
But you said yesterday, Mr. Pascoe, that you had always intended for me to be in 204.
Did I? I'm so terribly sorry. My mind is so scrambled these days.
Because you're running some sort of rental scam, aren't you?
Yes, I may have taken more deposits than there were apartments.
And you killed Adriana Fodor when she found out as much.
What? No. I never had any trouble with Miss Fodor.
Mr. Pascoe, you gave me the keys to her apartment before the news of the deaths in High Park was broken.
The names of the victims have never been published.
You must be mistaken. How could I have known unless...
Unless you're a murderer.
Henry, why didn't you stop him?
Stop, Pusher! I can't see over the crates!
Put those down, let's go!
Mr. Pascoe, stop! Right. Henry, follow him in. I'll cut around and see if I can stop him at the other end of the park. Mr. Pascoe?
Bloody rock.
Mr. Pascoe, stop!
Seemed only fair I got a chance to try it, sir, after being shot with it.
Henry.
I heard your dark gun proved to be useful.
It did indeed.
And the superintendent admitted to it all, then, did he?
Once he regained consciousness, yes.
I can see why he killed Miss Fodor, but why the groundskeeper?
Necessity. She fled to his cabin after confronting Mr. Pascoe.
And the horrible dentures?
An afterthought. They just happened to be amongst Miss Fodor's things.
Lucky for him that she had yet to file down the coyote teeth.
Or
Unlucky for her.
Well, that's another case closed, me old mucker. You deserve a night off. Are you going to Miss Newsom's housewarming party?
I am. How did she convince Mr. Prescott to let her stay in the building if Mr. Pascoe stole her deposit?
I had a word with a friend down at City Council about that bylaw that Prescott's worried about. Expect more apartment blocks on major streets.
I have no issue with them, as long as they don't infringe on any more parkland.
You detain me and then you give my exclusive to the Gazette?
I had absolutely nothing to do with the latter.
You.
That, Miss Cherry, is called tit for tat, and the world runs on it.
How dare you twist my words?
Doesn't feel very nice, does it? Maybe now you've learned your lesson.
Well, yes, if the lesson is that the police
How
are...
about we get you a drink, please?
Feeling overwhelmed?
Pardon me?
By the party, I mean. Thought you might be taking respite by looking at the park, like you said the other day.
Why would I need respite from a party?
I don't know. I thought maybe...
Well, you thought wrong. I'm watching a pair of lawless boys gambling right out in the open.
I think they're playing knuckleballs.
Sounds filthy. I intend to put a stop to it.
I'll come with you.
Thank you for all your help this week, Henry. I know it was a lot.
Oh, it was hell. I don't know if my back will ever be the same.
I don't know how I can ever repay you, but here, a token of my appreciation.
Well, I suppose it's a start.
Miss Newsom, a housewarming gift.
You didn't have to do that.
An automatic bread toaster.
Automatic?
Yes, I designed it myself. The mechanism allows for the bread to be toasted to perfection before releasing it. But do be careful, the release mechanism is somewhat enthusiastic.
Understood. Thank you.
So, how have you been faring?
Settling into a smaller space, you mean?
Among other things.
Have you spoken to her?
Once or twice. Seems to be adjusting well to life in St. John's.
I'm happy to hear it.
As was I. Well, I must be off. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for coming. This place feels more like home already. Abby, you must tell me where you got that lamp. It's lovely. Which one? That was my grandmother's.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, more whiskey?
Oh, no. What's it?
Oh, splash.
Go on.